that Yaakov could have said v'yirbu l'rov. They should increase in number. What's v'yidku? So Rashi cites two interpretations. They should increase like fish, just as fish proliferate in a number which is not to be fathomed. That's the level of proliferation. They should also multiply. And the other bracha, the other connotation of dogim, just as fish are covered by the water and they're not subject to the human eye, the children of Yosef should not be subject to the human eye. They should not be subject to ayin hara, to the evil eye. That was included in the bracha of Yidku rather than V'yirbu. And therefore, the children of Yosef, Ephraim and Menashe are not subject to the ayin hara. There's another connotation, Dogim. We find that at the time of the Mabul, the great flood, the Torah tells us, Kol Hashem b'charova mesu. Whatever was on dry land, on the terrestrial level, the dry land was destroyed, died. So Rashi cites the Midrash, but the fish in the sea were not destroyed. Why? Because they were not exposed to the evil behavior of mankind. But the animal, the land animals, the birds, and whatever was on the terrestrial level was influenced by the evil of that generation, of those generations. Therefore, they all had to be destroyed. After the Mabul, after the great flood, the new existence, which emanated from the Teva, from the ark, this was the equivalent of new existence. As we showed, it's not part of the original creation. It was the equivalent of a new creation. So we find the new creation began after the great flood. Whatever emanated and left and streamed from the Teva was the new generation. The fish were part of the original creation. That was the original creation. The animals, the species, whatever was contained with the ark, that's the new creation. But what's Hashem's creation? It may be the equivalent of a new creation, but what did God create? Yesh b'yayin, what we speak of ex nihilo. That was the fish were part of that original creation. The original creation was the original intent of what existence should have been. The bracha that Yaakov wanted to give to his grandchildren was the ultimate level of bracha. Of course, fish are not subject to the evil, to the eye. They proliferate at an unbelievable rate. However, but what's most important, maybe all that they are is only because they were part of that original creation. Being part of that original creation, it's another dimension of existence, and that's the bracha which Yaakov had given to Ephraim and Menashe, to the children of Yosef. It's interesting, we find that when Yosef was born, Yaakov says to Lavan, his father-in-law, I'm ready to leave. Until then, he was concerned because Esav would be out, would maybe be able to have the upper hand and kill him. But since Beis Yaakov is Eish, and Beis Yosef is Lahova, and Beis Esav is Kash, fire cannot consume straw because it can't reach out to come in contact with the straw. But Yosef is the flame. The flame reaches out and consumes the straw. So we ask the question, if that is the case, what do we need? The lahava, the bracha which Yitzchak had given Yaakov is a kol Yaakov Yadayim Yedei Esav. The voice is the voice of Yaakov, and as long as the voice is the voice of Yaakov, the Yadayim are not Yedei Esav. The hands are not the hands of Esav. So what do we need the lahava? Why did Yaakov have to wait until the birth of Yosef to leave, to make a request to leave the house of Lavan? Yaakov is Yaakov Ishtam Yishaholim, Yoshiv Holim. He's the man of the tent. He's dedicated to Torah without any compromise. If that's the case, he doesn't have to be concerned about the onslaught of Esav. So the way it's understood, that as long as the kol is kol Yaakov, we don't have to worry about Esav. But the influence of Esav is able to weaken the kol Yaakov, just his presence, his behavior. Therefore, if the voice of Yaakov is weakened, then we are subject. We're vulnerable to Esav. What is Yosef? Yosef is the flame. The flame goes and vaporizes and counters that influence. That's the koach, that's the ability of Yosef. Therefore, we don't have to be concerned, as we explained, that since Yosef is the child, is the progeny of Rachel, therefore he dominates and dictates the material existence. Therefore, there's nothing to worry about. Esav is the epitome of physicality. of hedonism. Therefore, Yosef's able to counter that. But yet we find there was another bracha which Yosef merited. He was Aliyoyin. He's above the eye. Yaakov gave Yosef a bracha, he's above the eye. Because when originally Yaakov's family had met Esav, Yosef blocked the view of his mother from Esav, that he should not gaze on her beauty. And because of that, he merited Aliyoyin. He's above the eye. Seems to be, if Yosef already had the bracha of Aliyoyin, what's the additional bracha of Dogim? That they're not subject to the evil eye. Yosef himself was not subject to the evil eye because he's Aliyoyin. Just as he did not allow the evil eye of Esav to gaze on his mother, Yaakov said to him, no eye will gaze upon you, will not affect you. So evidently, there's a little bit of redundancy here. You have the bracha of Aliyoyin, you're above the eye, and you have Dogim. So what we have to say, seemingly, is that it's true, it's an intensification of Aliyoyin, of you're not subject, but Dogim, you have all the other connotations. The proliferation, and also that they are part of the original creation. It's another level of value. So in combination, it's something unique and very special.